We're just normal men.
What do you mean, normal men?
We're just innocent men.
It's time for Side Scrollers with me, Stuttering Craig.
I did. Oh, wow. Right on the tip. Just on the tip.
And Blabs. Co-hosted by our friends from around the internet.
There is a portion of Norway where it is legally required to carry a firearm at all times.
If you're just a normal man looking for common sense in this crazy-ass world, you've come to the right place. And now, broadcasting from our homes from around the internet, it's time for Side Scrollers.
Okay, you ready? Open wide!
Oh, what the hell is going on?
I thought I had this all bumping. I was like, oh, it's Wednesday. Here we go. We're ready to go. Oh, no, I screwed it up. Happy hump to everybody. Good to see you. Thank you, Blabs, for taking that down. Welcome back to Side Scrollers, everybody. Good to see you. We got a great show for you guys lined up, including graphics on top and all around. Blabs, how are you today?
You disappoint me so much right now. Where's your cloak?
Oh yeah, hold on. Well, we'll get to Cloak Wednesday here in a second. Okay. What? Stop! Don't look at me
Put
like
it
that,
on!
lady. Stop. Stop. Stop it.
I'm fuming. Go on, get.
All right, it is Cloak Wednesday apparently,
That's right.
which is a new tradition, which started because Blabs demanded it be a tradition, pretty much.
Yeah, every other Wednesday. It's Cloak Wednesday.
So get your cloaks on, everybody.
Put it on. We know you have one. You're so lame. God.
Somebody who I know has a cloak coming at us in blistering 4 frames per second today. It's Arch.
Yes, camera's acting up again. Goddamn piece of.
Look at that cloak.
Look at that. Look at this majestic warrior.
Look at
he
it.
is. Look at that. Wow. My goodness.
Professional.
Arch,
I'm sorry.
will you put your hoodie on like me? Your hat? Do you have a hood?
I do, but the shoulder pieces get weird if I try to raise my hands above my head now, so I am functionally disabled.
No.
He's trapped.
That's good. I'm glad we can do that. Well, I'll tell you what, Blabs. Well, I go get mine
That's
on.
right.
How about you guide everybody through the opening of the show?
All right, go on. Get your thing. Shoo-shoo. Shoo-shoo. That's it. I'm booting him. Okay, hi, everybody. Welcome to Side Scrollers. Happy Wednesday to you all. Okay, if you didn't know, we are located, obviously, on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, Rumble, Locals, which, by the way, we have a new video up yesterday, exclusive to Locals. Here's the thumbnail. For obvious reasons, this cannot be put on YouTube, but I'm saying for very, very obvious reasons, okay? But you really, go check it out. So check us out on Locals or sidescrollers.com. We're also on Kick, and we have an Instagram, Blabs. Yes, we do. So follow us over there for memes and clips of the show. Otherwise, some sort of dishonor upon you and your cloaks. I think I got everything already in like 2 seconds. Did I miss anything, Arch?
No, I was far more effective than Craig ever does it.
Thank you. Someone please clip that and send it to Craig later because he's missing all this. He's not even here. Look. Share stream.
Share stream.
Anyway. Okay. Yeah, Blabs took emotional damage from that video. Yes, I swear, guys. Go watch. And I have my Pick Me Puff also for protection. So, yes. Okay. Anyway, what's new with you, Arch?
Well, I did a 40-minute video on why porn is good. So that was something I did.
Wow. 14 or 40?
40.
40.
40.
Whoa. Well, everyone go to Arch's channel and go watch that. All right. Can I bring you back in, Craig?
Silence.
You're a wizard, Harry. That's what I feel like.
New thumbnail.
Ooh, I'm gonna go out and go LARPing right now.
You okay?
I'm getting into wizard spirit. Gonna cast
You're
some
literally an
spells.
Assassin's Creed thing, aren't you?
That's right. It's me. It's Ezio.
It's me. It's me.
It's a me, everybody. It's a me.
Oh dear. Here he goes.
With
Oh,
my
he
Dallas
flashes in the chat. He calls you a nerd.
Listen, tell me something I don't know. All right.
You're not a nerd, Craig.
Oh,
Arch
cool.
and I are the nerds.
Hey, thanks, Blabs. Appreciate that. All right.
You're welcome.
Scoring points today. No nerds here. All right. All right. Look, we got a big show. I saw you talking to Arch about the exclusive Side Scrollers podcast
Yes.
in the con video.
Mm-hmm.
Arch. How many of those games have you played before?
Hentai games in general, or the 3D kind? All right. Muvalov counts. Muvalov is a genuinely amazing game, a fantastic story, but it's technically a hentai game. Utavara Rumono is technically a hentai game.
Okay.
4.
Yeah.
Roundabout.
Could you potentially like guide Blabs through some of those games if we had you?
Well, on locals.
Yeah. Stream them on locals, maybe perhaps on sidescrollspodcast.com over there. I think that'd be really, really great.
In our
Unfortunately,
cloaks.
they're not as graphic as you might think, but I think Blabs would love Utawara Rumono. It's a great little game, but
Well,
it just
tell me, what's it about?
happens. The world has been destroyed, and now it's populated by people with animal ears.
So furries?
No, just the Nekomimi kinds.
Right.
Okay.
And it's got giant mechs and robots as well, because of course.
Right. Okay, sure, why not? Let's play it on locals.
Okay. Saying,
we have to wear cloaks for this.
what was the game? What was the company called again? It was called Love something.
Muvalov. No, it's a game.
Well, no, okay, hold on. So, because there was the.
Yeah, you went down a rabbit hole yesterday, Craig.
That's what it. Love Sense. Love Ince games. Okay, here we go. Let me just kind of give you some of the names of some of these games that this company offers. Project Melody, A Nut Between Worlds.
Now
Why
that's
not?
what I clicked on.
Yeah. Unreal Lust Theory. Yeah. Karen's Prison. And I'll tell you what. Karen's got
a badonk-a-donk.
donk. That's right. Breeders of the Nephilim. So there's that. Yeah. Wild Life, which, it's like, anyways, so there's an entire market for this game and for these games, and it's massive. And anyways,
have you seen Steam recently?
Yes, as a matter of fact, I have. All right, we got a big show for you guys. We're going to be talking about the Suicide Squad nonsense. We have some real interesting stuff when it comes to Doom, the classic game. We have found the best way to play Doom. It's the meme. Obviously, you can play Doom on whatever. And we got a lot going on. It's good. We're just gonna be good.
I have a message from you. I am playing Owl right now. Yellow Flash requests that you check your Steam this instant, Craig.
Ah, fuck.
All right.
Go on.
I received a gift.
Yes.
Hold on. Let's see. No, well, that's from the last time I opened it up. Hold on. I received a game called Robo Dunk, which sounds like fun. I haven't had a chance to play it yet.
Robo Dunk from Flash?
No. I received it. Let's see. I don't have anything from you, Flash. No news from Steam. No
He
alert.
says I gifted him a game. Off you go. Refresh.
I don't have it.
Wow.
I
Well,
don't
never
know.
mind.
Who are you gifting it to? You crazy son of a gun.
I'll take it instead, Flash. What do you got?
Hey, DM me and let me know. Either way. Okay, our goal today is to get our Montez strength to 7 days.
Unit
okay?
stroke.
Yeah, partially every day, all the time, constantly. So let's get Montez to our 7-day streak. We're gonna have a great one today with Montez. But Marksman came in and says, "Hail, bring back fun voice chats. Blabs, did you get my DM on X with the YouTube short that Arch made with Lum? Normalized, silly, edgy."
No. Sorry.
Silly, edgy. That reminds me, I did actually technically lie a few seconds ago. The number of hentai games is 6 now, because chat made me play Sucker for Love, where you seduce eldritch
Nice.
demons.
Okay, question, Arch. Is that sucker Sucker or suck her for love?
Sucker, as in tard. And also sucker, as in tentacles.
Oh no!
You can't have hentai without tentacles.
No.
You cannot.
Oh god, you guys are deviants. Pyro Ron Boss says, so Arch, how's it over in Norway? It's been very calm here in the States.
Snowy. We've had a lot of snow recently, but other than that, nice.
It's good. Any president-elects looking to purchase you at any point? We're gonna be owning Norway anytime soon? Yeah.
But I do like the fact that Trump now has Denmark talking about giving drilling concessions to the U.S.
It's amazing how that all works out, huh?
Amazing.
Talking into reality here. Ian came in with 10 gifted memberships. Ian, thank you very much. Yes, that's awesome. And if you guys got gifted a membership, make sure you say thank you. Consider paying it forward. And hello, Kirsha. Good to see you. Oh, there she is, bouncing up and down with the 10 gifted memberships. She's such a happy cat, wolf lady, whatever. Fox, yeah. She's going to be presenting an award at the Real Game Awards, which is wonderful. So, and Trevor says, Arch, there are no lewds in that game. The game is amazing. Blabs has an amazing soundtrack. What?
Yellow Flash just gifted me Sex with Hitler.
A classic.
Except.
Classic.
Thanks, Flash.
Hey, it's for boy Flash. Appreciate you, my man. What a nice guy, huh? What a nice guy that guy is. All right.
Can I say that on stream or will YouTube strike me down?
Oh, YouTube will strike you down like a...
Yeah, maybe I'll have to make it like an exclusive.
Yeah. So, all right. Let's get into it, friends. We have a lot to get to today, but first, we always like to start off the day with today in video game history. Blabs, what do we have?
Okie dokies, everybody. January 15th, we have Super Bowling, released on the Nintendo 64 back in 2001. We have BioShock Ultimate Rapture Edition, releasing in 2013. And get this, guys, The Prince of Persia, The Last Crown, turns 1 year old today, back in 2024. Cha-cha!
Okay, there you go. Thank you, Blabs. Some noticeable games that you missed include the PlayStation Classic, and I use that with quotations, 27 years ago in 1998, WCW Nitro, which was a wrestling game, which was pretty horrendous, if I do recall. But yes, back on the PlayStation. I would love to hear y'all's memories about that. Also, Arkanoid. You ever play Arkanoid, Arch?
No.
It's the game where you have the thing and the ball bounces off it and you clear out the little tiles at the top. It just kind of goes back and forth. No, never. Okay.
I thought you sounded like pinball for a second there, and then
yeah, it's kind of like pinball by yourself, except you try to just clear. It's a classic. If you saw it, you know it for sure.
Okay, I believe you.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Also, WarioWare Smooth Moves, released 18 years ago in 2007. Oh my gosh, 2007 was 18 years ago. Jeez Louise.
Dude, 2007 was a banger of a year.
Yeah, why is that, Blabs?
Okay, besides the fact that before all the shit happened financially in 2008 and on, 2007 we had Transformers. We had 2 Harry Potters, 1 movie, 1 book. It was a fantastic year. 2007 slapped.
Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen.
Oh yeah, and Halo 3. Yes, great point. I forgot about that one.
I too have received the hit video game Sex with Hitler from Yellow Flash.
We can all play together. Is it multiplayer?
I don't think that's. Can
you imagine? It's like everyone plays together, Sex with Hitler.
I'm just saying, like,
never mind.
Sounds like a pretty horrible idea, Blabs. Let's play Sex with Hitler together.
Let's all play together. Why didn't you accept it yet?
I just did.
Okay, now we look. No one else in my Steam friends has it except you now.
No, good.
Not even Flash has it. He gifted it to us. He doesn't even own it.
As I scroll down my list of games on Steam, it goes from Sega Mega Drive and Genesis Classics to Sex with Hitler as the next title. So when my kids are like, I want to play some cool Sega games, I'll be like, make sure you don't play Sex with Hitler.
Yeah, it goes mine is Secret Agent Wizard Boy and the International Crime Syndicate to Sex with Hitler to Sonic Origins to Splitgate.
All right. Nice. Trevor says, also, Arch, have you listened to Jonathan Young's Imperium of Man and Blood Angels? He's going to do an album. Have you heard that?
I have not yet, but I'll be sure to check it out afterwards.
All right. Look up the WCW Nitro rants, nothing but gold. Let's see if you can find some WCW Nitro rants on YouTube and see what we can find.
Okay.
Marksman says, Arch, you should share the comic of Rat Familiar. I don't even know what that means. It's a lot of words.
Comic of Rat Familiar. It's a very old story from a role-playing game I used to run. We had an immortal rat familiar who could be summoned at will. One of the party members thought it was funny to eat the rat familiar without realizing that it had a bottle of poison in its inventory, which it then swiftly uncorked.
Would you like to hear a funny story that has to do with poison and people dying?
Of course.
And okay,
poison is always funny.
So I'm fascinated with graves. I'm fascinated with tombstones. I'm fascinated with the past, right? So when my wife's grandpa died, we had the big funeral and everything, and I was walking around the cemetery, and there was a pretty big headstone there that I will Google people on it to see if there was anything notable about it. So it turns out this guy who died back at the turn of the century. I guess it was early 1900s. He had a farm down there, and he died from poison. And after looking at there was actually a newspaper story about this. So what happened was he had a feud with the neighbor, the farmer neighbor. The farmer neighbor then poisoned. He poisoned the cows with arsenic. The chickens ate the innards of the cow. The farmer then killed the chickens, ate the chicken. The farmer went, and that's what happened. It was kind of very similar to your story, just in real life. So
a complicated revenge plot, but clearly effective.
And they all ended up dying. So Ranger George says WCW Nitro is a classic when you compare it to WCW Backstage Assault, the wrestling game with no wrestling ring. That's right. The old Backstage Assault. Blabs, did you find any of those WCW Nitro rants?
I put one in private chat for you.
Good. Let's see what we got. Here, because these were pretty good. Let's see.
You're gone. Your mic just went boop.
Yeah, it's because whenever I'm playing music or playing music underneath. Arch, you ever been a big wrestling guy? Do you like wrestling at all?
No, I am.
Look at him.
Very much so a neophyte when it comes to wrestling.
Yeah, you strike me as a guy who didn't really get into the wrestling world for sure. So, do you know who like Hulk Hogan is?
Yes, because he's also a movie star.
Yes, of course, he's crossed over. Okay, let's see what some of these are real fast, because these are from the PlayStation game. Here we go.
Ooh, Chris Benoit, rough.
Know what it takes to beat Hollywood Hogan? Watch you climb in the ring and try out the largest arms in the world. Hollywood style.
Technical wrestler, high flyer, brawler. It don't matter what you consider yourself to be. When you're in the ring with the crippler, you're a loser.
And maybe killed. Sorry, damn. Those are fun. I'll tell you what, looking at like full motion video on the PlayStation 1 was mind blowing. But
yeah, I mean, there was a whole period there where FMVs were the big thing for graphics.
Yes, there was the 3DO, Sega CD, the whole damn thing was great.
Well, if you look at like some of the old Disney PlayStation 1 games, a good chunk of it is just the movie clipped in here and there.
Yeah, good stuff. All right, we got a lot going on today, so let's get into it, friends. It's time for my favorite segment, your favorite segment, everybody in the world's favorite segment here on this wonderful Cloak Wednesday. Time for hard news.
more news.
I'd like to make an announcement now, Blabs. This will be my last Cloak Wednesday. I'll be retiring the cloak.
Why?
I don't feel comfortable in the cloak, Blabs.
Get used to it. That's how you start to feel comfortable. It's like how you like fear your fears of spiders and stuff.
No, I don't have any fears of spiders.
But you have a fear of cloaks.
I just don't feel comfortable in said cloak.
Why? Because you look like a blueberry.
I do feel like I do feel like Veruca Salt.
Well, maybe if you stopped being so hunched over like that and fixed your posture, you'd actually look fantastic.
Is this better?
Well, now you just look stupid.
Just shove it back there.
You look almost Asian when you close your eyes like that.
Jesus. Jeez, Blabs.
Go back. We need a thumbnail. Secret Asian man.
Oh my God, Blabs.
Anyway.
Hey, you're really starting this thing off strong today, and unfortunately, I do have some bad news for you.
You are racist.
That's always in my Twitter threads. It's fine.
All right. Okay. Speaking of idiots, I'm gonna tell you this, Arch. I don't know what your law enforcement looks like over in Norway.
Ooh.
Not very good, no? Or are they?
Oh no, I'm gonna need to find this, but trust me, it'll be worth it. But to proceed.
Well, I'll tell you what. Generally, the law enforcement in the United States is there's a lot of boundaries. There's a lot of red tape. There's a lot of things they have to say, and if they don't say it the right way, they're gonna get in trouble. This officer, he just didn't give a shit, and I love it.
I found the picture. Let me present to you the Norwegian police force.
Oh, please.
Yes, please do.
Please.
I put it in the private chat.
Oh wow. Is this?
Hell yeah!
Here we go. The Norwegian police force right here. Wow. They all look like Nazis. Blonde hair, blue eyes.
He's really packing. Good for him.
Big old junk with a big old rump.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Well, good.
That's a classic picture right there.
Classic. Well, I'll tell you what. Maybe this guy has as big a hog as that guy did, because listen to the way he speaks to this lady here. Little context. She's been pulled over. She left her kid at her house. She has a newborn, and she's going to tell you that. So listen to what he has to say.
It's terrible excuses. All right, but no, you're not going to use your phone anytime soon. So sit tight, enjoy the
I had a newborn baby. I just need. Can you call him?
Let me tell you something right now. I am being a dick. I don't give a shit. Okay, you know how many lives you're just putting danger out there? Myself, all these officers, all the citizens out there, and then you're worried about your little baby. You could sit home and take care of him like a good mom.
I am.
Piece of shit.
Let's go. Let her know.
Did she say, let me call him real quick, like the baby? Like, how is the baby going to pick up the phone? Hi, Mom, go gaga.
Yes, exactly. What a shitload of excuses right there.
Damn.
I got a new baby. Can I call my baby?
I need to call him on the phone. He's got to pick up.
He rejected that shit to half court so fast.
Good for him.
You ever seen a police officer do that in your country, Arch?
No, not that I can tell.
No?
He was too busy staring at the butts. That's why. I understand. I agree.
Yeah, I mean, listen, sometimes in life you just need to, in Norway, when you're getting a ticket for jaywalking, you have a guy walk up to you and you got that staring at you. Just, Blabs, how quickly would you put your hands behind your back?
Oh, sure. No problem, man. Take me away, whatever.
What about you, Arch?
He starts unzipping, actually.
Arch is like,
I'll do anything for an A.
Taking off his shirt. Yeah. You don't really want to give me that ticket, do you?
Every day in Norway is a gay porno.
Is that right?
At least so far as the police is concerned.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well that's another reason why we'll never be going to Norway. Thank you.
Sign me up. I'll come visit.
Blabs is going to the gay porno.
I'm gonna go scout the officers.
Please listen. I guarantee you, everything you see on the internet is not real, Blabs. I know this is your first time on it, but
that has to be real. Look at those butts. Bring them back. Look at that. Oh yeah.
I appreciate that you shunned us all to go to a solo shot.
It said remove remove, but I didn't want to remove it. There you go. Is that better?
No, just keep it full right there.
Yeah,
there
that's
you
fine.
go. Full, then his-
Seriously, look at that. Hello.
his Blabs just slowly staring into the oblivion over there.
He's definitely packing. Good for him.
Yeah.
Good for his wife.
All right, that's enough of that nonsense. Hey, Joey came in and says, every time I see WCW Nitro for the PlayStation 1, my mind goes back to the only move that would help you win a battle royal. Military press and tossing the opponents out of the ring and hearing Tony Schiavone say, over the top rope. Joey, you know what's going on. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate that. Pyro Rampa says that cop was Norwegian.
That was pretty painful.
Shane O'Mac says
there was no sound effect.
There was
you
no
just
fart?
slapped it and nothing happened.
No fart?
Oh, it's
I
really
heard it.
quiet.
Okay, all right. Shane O'Mac came in and says, let me borrow your Fisher Price phone so I can call my kid. That's right. For that. All right, we have big news. I don't know if you know this. We talked about the state of food in America and just what a horrible state it is. We all understand this, right? Archie, we talked about how your food over there is considerably better for you. We have high obese rates here in the States. We have ridiculous cancer rates. Everything is, we're eating horrible stuff. And today, the FDA, the Federal Drug Administration, has taken a step in the right direction as they have banned red number 3, which if you're just calling something red a color and then a number afterwards, I just feel like it's probably not very healthy. But they have banned red number 3, the artificial coloring used in beverages, candy, and other foods. So the reds that you eat right now in America will no longer be as red as before. Yeah,
I'm glad about this.
No longer as red.
Yes. You'll have only slightly red. You'll have to use other natural colors. Blaz, why are you so excited about this?
Because all this shit is just in there because they think Americans are stupid and we need colored food to know what something tastes like. Oh, it needs to be red if it tastes like cherry. Stupid. You're just putting us shit in there just for marketing purposes and coloring, and it's just fattening and killing everybody. You don't need it. Eat healthy. They don't have it in Europe. Why do we need it?
Well, because we're America, damn it.
And we're fat and stupid then.
So it's a synthetic dye that gives food and drink their bright red cherry color. It's been linked to cancer in animals, and by animals, they mean probably humans. It's in thousands of foods, including candy, cereals, cherries, and fruit. Oh, man, the cherries and fruit cocktails. I love those little fuckers.
What are you, a woman?
Yeah, I love. Don't you love maraschino cherries? No?
I'm not crazy for it. No.
That's awesome. Anyways, it's in everything. And so they finally banned it. Let's see. Blab, see if you can find exactly when it. Okay, food manufacturers. Oh, they have until January 15th, 2027.
They got 2 years to the day.
2 years to poison us? Oh, okay.
I mean, logistically speaking, that makes sense. Give them time to swap over, stop producing everything else. But I wish it wouldn't take so long. I wish it would be effective immediately.
Yeah. Well, that'd be great, but unfortunately, I don't think that's we got 2 years here.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Blab, see if you can find a list of red dye foods.
Yep.
Because I think that's something I saw in the chat. People mention Twizzlers and Red Vines and Fruit Loops and all sorts of these different things. Anything that you think is quote unquote red that has this color to it now, or the color of our header up there, probably won't look like that come 2027. Arch, your thoughts on America banning red number 3?
Well, it is something. It is actually a good idea to start banning the artificial stuff, because we do know it is less healthy than the natural stuff, and we've already got the technology to make the natural stuff, and it basically has the same color. So why not? Yeah.
So as you were saying that, you probably noticed I made a stupid face because look at what I'm drinking. Which I'm sure has red number 3 in it. Did you see me take a swig of that red drink. As a matter of fact, let me see. I want to see right now if what I'm drinking has red number 3 in it. Give me 1 second, Blabs.
I'll just start reading the list.
Yeah, please pull it up and share it with everybody.
Okie dokies, guys. So this comes from Newsweek, and it says
Jelly Belly, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, I love Jelly Belly. It's very unfortunate.
I'll be right back.
Pez Candy Assorted Fruit, Double Bubble Original Twist Bubblegum, Brax Candy Corn, Jelly Belly Candies, Trolly Sour Crunchy Crawlers. Then we have baked goods and snacks, so Entenmann's Little Bites, Party Cake Mini Muffins, Betty Crocker Fruit by the Foot, Toaster Pastries, cookies with red icing or decorations. There's a lot. Dairy and frozen desserts, so strawberry flavored milk, certain ice cream flavors and frozen yogurt, ice pops and frozen fruit bars. Wow, this isn't everything. Fruit products, Dole, maraschino, cherries, yeah, the ones that Craig goes crazy for. Some fruit cocktails, beverages, Yoo-hoo. Oh, wait, by the way, what's the gay guy's favorite drink? Yoo-hoo! Anyway, certain sodas and fruit-flavored drinks. I'm sorry, I had to do it. Medications and supplements like some cough syrup, gummy vitamins, Pediasure. That's for kids. Ugh. And gang kids ready to drink strawberry shake. Wow. And then it says that. Oh, wait, producers of ingested drugs will have an additional year until 2028 to reformulate their products. So they have 3 years. Isn't that exciting? I'm not happy. Hurry up,
I like
Craig.
the idea of putting the cancer-inducing thing into gummy bears.
You do, yes. Poison them slowly.
Child, eat your gummy bears. They have vitamins and a little bit of cancer.
Craig, look what we found. Producers of ingested drugs will have an additional year until January 2028 to reformulate their products.
No.
And it's in kids stuff too, like Pediasure. Isn't that nice?
Yeah, of course it does. This thing that I'm ingesting right now has red 40 in it. So not
that was
red,
the last we ever saw of Craig.
Yeah, not red number 3, but red 40. So there's that. It's really good though.
Yay!
All right. Well, good for America. Good for everybody here. Get a little healthier.
Eventually.
Red 40 may affect those with ADHD.
You think? Yeah, you wonder why.
Look at Craig
spazzing out over here. Look, I'm wearing a cape right now, kids.
That's yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right. It's made from petroleum, so you're drinking oil right now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yum yum. Give me
you can
some.
go power a vehicle.
Gonna go run 3 miles. Tamamo came in. Says Blabs going to Norway and going from innocent woman to it's fun to do bad things. So Blab was a perv all along. There we go. Now we know.
You know nothing.
Radial Drago came in and says, when I went to America to spend Thanksgiving with my girlfriend family, I had American candy for the first time, and it tasted like chemicals and melted plastic.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
It's so good. Zach Spoonamore came in and says, for Red 3 getting banned, down with processed slop. Also, we got to upgrade Craig's cloak. I can see Craig in an account Dooku cloak. What is that?
You don't know what Count Dooku is?
Yeah, for Star Wars, the Star Wars movies.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
You just said, what is that to Count Dooku? How dare you?
Oh, okay. I know that guy. Yeah.
You know that guy. Do you
Blabs,
not know who that is?
Blabs, I've seen each movie one time. How many times do I have to tell you this?
I don't like the way you talk to me right now.
Ian says Red 3 was okay, but I prefer Red 1 and 2. Oh man, those movies, Red 1 and 2, great movies. Wish they made Red 3, but
I freaking love Red 1 and 2. That's the one with Bruce Willis, right?
Yep.
Then the retired, extremely dangerous. I freaking love those movies. Those was hilarious.
Correct. All right, I got another video for you guys. Unfortunately, guys, we have an epidemic on our hands, and it has nothing to do with Red 3. It has to do with video games, Arch. And I want you to really pay attention close to what's going on in this PSA, because this is important. And video games have a lasting effect on people's lives and end of lives, Arch.
You know
No
what?
way.
Good on him, because that other child cheated. You're not supposed to reach the top of the screen first. He declared victory without any reason. Stone valor. You should beat him to death with a brick.
And then piss on him?
Well, of course. I mean, you're already going to jail for murder at that point, so...
I mean, if you're going to go, you should probably just go all the way, right?
Yeah, on him.
Yeah, no, because if he gets beaten with a brick, like, that's a story he can tell, but the getting pissed on part, he's going to leave that out.
Yeah, yeah. Why you win, man? Well, I played Tetris with this kid, so I beat him to death with a brick. And then once he was dead, I pissed on his face.
What's the context of this? Was this like a parody, or was this someone trying to be serious?
No, this is a parody.
Okay, I was gonna say, holy shit, did they actually release this in the 80s?
No,
tell kids, stay away from video games.
It's the
first time. Got close enough. Remember that you wouldn't download a car, and everyone in the cinemas like, yeah, I would.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah. That's classic. You want to download a whatever, yeah. Let me see if I can find that real quick. Yes, yeah, that's what it is. You wouldn't download a car. That's exactly what picking a crime. Yes, this is classic. Blabs, tell me if you've seen this. This is all about anti-piracy right here. These are great.
Oh my god, nostalgia unlocked. Whoa, with that music. Whoa. Whoa, nostalgia unlocked. I forgot all about that for like 20 years.
It was not a very successful commercial.
No, it didn't work out very well, did it? No.
Because some of those people would be like, well, yes, I actually would steal all this shit. Sorry.
I mean, fuck yeah. Cars are free on the internet and you can make as many of them as you want. Yeah, I'd take that.
Oh my gosh. The idea that that was supposed to work, right? And the idea that like they're appealing to your logic. You want to do this, so why would you do this? And the answer is because we're not going to get caught. That's why. That's why.
Well, it was guaranteed created as one of those brainwave moments. Some old people in a boardroom is like, "Oh yeah, it is stealing. Wait, just like, wouldn't you steal a car?" And they all slap each other on the back, go like, "Yeah," because no one of them knows what the internet is.
Blabs, how many things have you pirated in your life? Hundreds. Time
to go.
All right, time to go there. All right, that's good. Oh boy, the internet is a wonderful place, and we appreciate them for doing that. As a matter of fact, we should probably add that to our intro in some way, shape, or form. Maybe the outro to the show.
Yeah, we need an outro.
Yeah, we do.
We need the guys getting kicked in the balls as part of the outro or something.
Well, that's F&T's bit, apparently.
Oh, that's right.
So
okay, never mind.
Don't want to take their bit.
No.
But all right, speaking of bits, Ian came in, says, that's not how you use a brick. It's for bashing yourself in the balls. That's right. See, Ian knows what's going on. Talking about yesterday, the wonderful Asian men slapping themselves in their crotch with their
It reminds me of like that movie with Rowan Atkinson where he's like a spy. Shit, what's it called? Do you guys know what I'm talking about? It's like the British movies, the spy ones with Rowan Atkinson.
Yes, I do.
Johnny something.
Yeah, you're
Johnny
right.
English?
Johnny English, duh. Yeah, that's it. He gets smacked in the balls a bunch of time.
There's nothing better than nut humor. You know, it's great. Everyone loves boobs and people getting hit in the balls. That's why America's Funniest Home Videos has been on TV in America for 30 years. That's why YouTube literally started. Like YouTube was a place where you found cat videos and guys getting hit in the balls.
And Fred.
Yeah. People love that stuff. Shane came in and says, hey, Craig, my oldest son is homesick today. It would be greatly appreciated if you would keep your cloak hat on so he doesn't get more sick. He would like to see Montez, though. Hashtag sent with love. Hey, Shane, can you let me know if your son is watching today? I'd really appreciate that. And I'd like to send a very special message to him. So if you just let me know, I'd really appreciate that. Nathan says, I don't know what I find more disturbing, the Red 5 thing is in many ways is in so many things that it's made of petroleum, or it's turned out to be edible. Food for thought. There's a lot of really fucked up things there, Nathan, for sure. Thank you. Jason says, now that is a pro gamer move.
Peeing on your enemies.
Jonathan says, Arch is the justification for beating the kid with a brick. That's right. Same as
It
the
works
Vikings.
on so many levels. Like Craig said too. Like, imagine going to prisoners. Like, what are you in for? I beat a kid to death with a brick because he beat me at a video game. He's not fucking with you after that.
Oh no. It's over at that point. You're like, Nowhere Archive came and says, would Arch ever consider updating his BT vid?
BT. No.
Will Yum says piracy will always exist. Yeah, and even increase since we don't quote unquote own digital media and games. I agree with you, Will Yum. All right, let's keep moving on. We got more stories to discuss, and we talked about things ruining your health. This will ruin your mental health, as just announced this morning, right before the show. 2 classic 80s movies are being rebooted, Arch. And
Release.
Yes.
I'm sure it'll be for the better.
I'm sure it's going to work out just great. Let's talk about the first one. Let's see if you have any thoughts on Gremlins. Any thoughts on Gremlins?
Gremlins.
You ever see Gremlins?
I'm trying to wrap my head around why we are rebooting Gremlins in 2025.
Because why not, I guess.
Why not, I guess, yeah.
And Goonies.
Now, here's the thing with Goonies. I thought they were making a sequel. Wasn't that something in the works? And now, all of a sudden, we get a reboot? Like,
I'll tell you this. Gremlins will certainly not be as dark as the original Gremlins, because the original Gremlins was super dark, especially early in the movie with the crazy Asian shopkeeper guy. But, and Goonies itself, like, I don't know. I've never been a huge Goonies guy personally.
oh, I love the Goonies.
Yeah, I understand a lot of people. It was on the other day. I kind of watched a few minutes of it. And I was like, all right, okay.
I just Googled it. Apparently, the sequel is not real. It's been confirmed since September, not real. But I don't want a remake either. I don't want anything. Leave it alone.
What is it?
What?
For what movie?
Gremlins Goonies. Goonies 2, like not a sequel.
Okay, well, this is courtesy as of this morning via Deadline. And Deadline is pretty legit.
No. Listen, I'm saying like the sequel for Goonies, because that's what I heard. Like they were wanting to do a sequel, not a remake. And then it says here, the Goonies 2 is not happening.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, Goonies apparently is back.
I don't want it. Nobody asked for this. Who asked for it?
Arch, what is the worst thing that you had from your childhood that was brought back and totally dismantled for the modern audience?
Now, luckily, a lot of the things I used to watch, because Norway was like 5 years behind the times, were so insignificant, they've never gotten rebooted, like the Mask TV show.
Yeah.
The worst thing from my childhood brought back. Part of me wants to say Transformers, because those movies, whilst technically great in terms of CGI, were awful towards Transformers. And even the CGI, even though it's technically very competent, it's like I can't even tell who the Transformers are anymore. They're just jumbled messes of pixels and polygons rubbing themselves over the screen.
Sounds like a nice weekend. Just saying. Blabs, do you have anything that's been ruined?
It will be ruined in a couple years. The Harry Potter TV show, yeah. But also Star Wars for me. They ruined it.
What about you, chat? I'm sure everybody has their favorite thing from their childhood that was ruined for sure.
Stop ruining shit and make new stuff. Damn it.
I wonder, Eva, you might have already covered this, but the new Star Wars show, Skeleton Crew, apparently it did even
Oh,
worse
it's
than the Acolyte.
abysmal. I've seen that. We don't really talk a whole lot of Star Wars because everyone hates Star Wars at this point. But yeah, I've seen that, and I think it's basically just because of like how bad the Acolyte was, and then just a giant accumulation over 10 years of Disney Star Wars. Now that everyone's like, yeah, fuck this.
Yeah, just a decade of shit rolling down a hill.
Yep. And I hear it's not
Nobody
even
wants to
that
stop
bad
us.
of a show. Like in comparison to other Disney shows, it's just not that bad. But no one gives a shit.
Yeah, I heard it was actually okay, but right, you've already ruined the franchise, so
I think that's the biggest thing is there was that speaks much larger to where Star Wars is at as a franchise, as you have like for the most part, the internet didn't talk any shit about that show, right? They let the kids be. You know, it was primarily a lot of kids in the show, and you didn't see any scathing reviews about it because people were indifferent towards it. So, you know, your biggest critics, your drinker, your nerdotic, you know, G&G and such, these communities that would essentially make content around this stuff, they didn't talk about it. And so the idea of, well, it was such negative press, that's why nobody watched it because people don't care about Star Wars in 2024 or 2025 now. And that's a way more alarming idea than whatever Gary or Jeremy or Drinker has to say about it. And that's something that they should be fucking looking for a fire extinguisher, because that thing is in fuego right now.
that should terrify them, yeah. Because you're dead on point there. Like, if it's a terrible show, then nobody watches it, of course. But when you make a at least okay one and nobody still watches it, yeah, now you're in trouble.
Right. What do you think the conversation is looking like right now with Star Wars?
know.
Oh yeah, like we know because they leaked a while ago that they were panicking because the only character they had left that they could kind of sell with some kind of recognizability was Rey. I was like, wow, you have buried this franchise.
Yeah, we've talked about the way that they should mess with Star Wars moving ahead, and I think at this point, it only makes sense for them just to cut their losses and be like, okay, no Star Wars for the next, I was like a decade, but a decade is too long, right? From a Disney perspective, 5 years. Say we're not going to do any Star Wars for 5 years, no movies, no nothing. We're going to come back. We're taking a hard cut, whatever, and rebooting it, and we're going to go back to, George's original ideas or whatever it may be, and kind of get the fans back on their side. I think that's the biggest thing, is the fan base is so divided. And I think the fan base, just looking at it from the outside in, it seems like the fan base is overwhelmingly rejecting what's being thrown down right now when it comes to Star Wars. So, and it's showing in data.
Speaking of Star Wars, I saw this announcement that Disney was going to make another spin-off of the Lion King franchise. And it reminds me just of Star Wars. They're just trying to milk it and do a whole bunch of spin-offs and split it off because they're like, well, shit, this horse is dead. Let's try this one now so we can make some more money. And I understand that the Lion King did do things in the early 2000s, like spin-offs here and there, but a majority of them were pretty decent and now they're not. So there's a huge difference there.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess we'll keep an eye on the reboots for Gremlins and Goonies. If we can get back to Star Wars somehow. I don't know how we got there, but we did. Hey, Arch, you're a big PC gamer, man. You love the PC games.
I have been accused of this, yes.
Yes. PC Master Race, as they say.
Indeed.
Your thoughts on the original Doom?
One of my first gaming experiences, actually. I was so young back then that my dad had to play it for me because I was scared. But that's my first video game memory.
Awesome. That's great. Now, the idea of Doom not only playing on a PC is an amazing thing. It's been ported to pretty much everything ever. And that's,
pretty sure it's been run on Notepad.
It's been run all over the place. It has become a meme, spread around. You could, on a ZX Spectrum, on a calculator, play it on an ATM of all things. It's so silly. But I saw one today, courtesy of Daniel Godfrey. I've never seen this before. This is spectacular. You can now play Doom in a PDF. Check this out. This is just silly. I don't even know how this works, but they have brought Doom over to a PDF file. I didn't know you could do such things in a PDF file. I mean, this may be the final level when it comes to Doom being played on something.
Might be, until we figure out a way to, I don't know, play it in Minecraft.
Oh, I guarantee it's already in Minecraft. I bet it is.
Oh, yes, isn't it?
Yeah. Blabs, get on it. Doom in Minecraft. See if you can find that.
Oh,
I
okay.
guarantee it's out there. Yes. Wow. So, anyways, that's a extremely, like, you think about this. We're playing Doom on a PDF file. I want to see if I can find this because this is spectacular. This is some intense engineering and technology that's allowing this to happen. But yeah, not that type of PDF file, guys. An actual PDF file here. Vlad, did you find anything?
Yes, I think.
Oh,
I sent it in private chat, but I also found it on YouTube. So let me just pull this up.
Yeah. See what you got.
Okay, so this should be it. I'm gonna mute it just in case of music, but I guess this is it.
Let's find out. We'll find out
There you
really
go.
quick.
They built a little CPU inside of Minecraft to play Doom.
Nice. Okay. All right. Blabs, go skip
Jesus.
ahead a little bit. Well, there we go. Look, check that bad boy out. There, it is in Minecraft.
Sorta. Wild.
That's pretty amazing. Pretty amazing right there.
I mean, they do everything with Minecraft now. Like, you can build Hogwarts in there, Star Wars lands.
Ooh, did you also see the little sneaky announcement from Notch that he was working on a spiritual sequel?
Yes.
That must have pissed off a lot of people at Microsoft.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I would only imagine that they're kind of freaking out a little bit, going, "Ooh." Yeah, that'll be interesting to see kind of what happens there. And apparently he's working with a team this time around. His tweets indicate he's working with the team. So he says he doesn't want to undercut Minecraft. I mean, like, how can you at this point? But I don't know. You wonder what, like what he's been up to. I would love to have Notch on the show just to be like, what's up, man? Like,
I'm trying.
I know.
It's hard to get a hold of like a millionaire.
Billionaire.
Billionaire.
Sure.
Yeah, billionaire. Yeah, you're right.
Billionaire.
Hey, Notch, if you ever see this, hello. Please join us. We'd like to talk to you.
There was a time when he bought a house that Beyonce was looking at, and all of her fans were mad at him. Like, who the hell is Notch?
Undercut by Notch.
Yep.
That's spectacular. I love everything about that. Like, oh, Beyonce's interested? Not anymore, sucker.
Yeah, bro.
All right. Hey, before we move forward, do us a favor, guys. Hit the thumbs up button while you guys are watching. I'd really appreciate it. Helps spread the word about the show on a day-to-day basis. It's great. Hylian Juggalo says, also the download a car era, the internet, during the downloading a car era, the internet was much more like Russian roulette. Even well-meaning companies had their ads act like aggressive malware. 20% of the public declared holy war against ads for this reason. You are 100% correct. Thank you, Juggalo.
Yep. That was the time when we entered into the self-destructive ad era where ads, the ad companies were like, well, people aren't watching our ads. We got to make them more annoying. And so less people watch their ads. So they were like, we got to make them more annoying. And so we go.
Here we are. Hell says, will Sir Stuttering sign my blood-stained gamer brick? That'd be, Blaz, we were talking about offering some sort of physical product for...
Get everybody a brick.
Yeah, get everybody a blood-stained brick. God, that's awesome. That ghost came in with the 10. By the way, we are currently sitting at 11 yellow super chats on our goal of 30 to have Montez continue a streak of 7 straight days. Let's keep that going. Says that ghost says, my mom loved The Matrix. I told her to use LimeWire. It turned out to be a horse and lady. She thought she was going to jail for a week. Oh God! Wait, so she downloaded The Matrix, but it was a horse and a lady video instead? That's funny.
That's gross.
I'm just saying.
It's funny but gross.
Hey, LimeWire was the great unknown. You would want to download something, you download it, and it was a crapshoot if that's actually what it was. It would just end up, oh yeah, I want to download an episode of The Simpsons. Oh, look, I got porn. Congratulations. That's what it was. Did you were you a LimeWire guy, Arch?
No. I had like dial-up internet back then, so the primary way to acquire movies and or pornography was via LAN parties, where you would go and share your hard drive with hundreds, if not thousands, of other people.
Just hand over that hard drive, huh?
Yep, everybody shared movies and whatever else they had, and I'm sure there was some horses there too, so...
That's good.
Sort of like LimeWire, just more local.
Hey, it was just friends getting together and sharing porn. See what we've lost, internet? See what you've done?
We've lost the community aspect of it.
Yes, the community aspect of porn. God, ridiculous. Hey, Brian came in with a 20, says the latest Power Rangers movie was horrible. I'm sorry they ruined that for you, Brian. Rough. Over on the direct donation side, Delta came in with a 10. Says, hey, Craig, did you hear about the developer of an indie game called Fortune's Run announced that he can't finish the game because he's going to jail for 3 years? Might have covered him having trouble getting his game on Steam last minute and made a fuss last year. Yeah, we're going to get to that story in just a little bit. That's it's definitely on our run sheet. Thank you, Delta. And Angela, thank you very much for gifting a membership to the channel. That is outstanding. Look at that, Angela. Appreciate that. Look at that tiger. Rawr. Excellent. All right. Hey, we got a new rumor. Arch, are you a big Assassin's Creed guy, or did you ever play the Assassin's Creed games?
A couple of them, yes. But I began falling off after like the third one, I think.
Well, this one probably wouldn't matter to you, but some say this is the best of the Assassin's Creeds, or at least one of the best. There's a rumor floating around that Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag is getting a remake. And in that remake, it'll be more than a visual upgrade. Upgraded gameplay mechanics, combat and ecosystems around wildlife, built on an upgraded Anvil engine, and may launch as early as November 2025.
I heard a lot of people loved the naval combat in that one. That was basically what they asked for Skull and Crossbones to be. Basically, just like do the naval combat, but in multiplayer.
Yep.
And then they decided to not do that.
Then they decided not to do that. That's right.
But like that sounds like a good bet though, because after what the hell is the one that they're doing now? The
Shadows.
Shadows, yeah.
Shadows, yeah. Thank you. That's going to be a disaster. They know it. Everybody knows it. Even if it comes out and it's actually a good game, it's still going to be a disaster at this point. So they need a crowd pleaser. You know, they got to push something out there to be like, hey, this is a thing. I mean, they've been milking that for Beyond Good and Evil 2 now for like 10 years.
Yeah, it's I'll say this. Given where Ubisoft is, Assassin's Creed is, whenever there's trouble, you just go back to the old faithful, right? And that's what you're seeing, I think, in this situation where they go, well, we had a hit. It's been about a decade, so remaster? And you know, this is a strategy that's been around for a long time. I mean, Nintendo more or less pioneered it back in the day with Super Mario Brothers All-Stars. I mean, Mario Brothers 1, 2, and 3 were only a couple years out. I think Mario 3 or Mario 1 was 85. Mario 2 was 87 or 88. And Mario 3 was 89, 90. And then on the Super Nintendo, they announced Mario All-Stars, which was like 1991 or 2. So, you know, that was a more or less a remake, a remaster. And people loved it. So a decade, I mean, holy shit, you know, they're going back to the well again. So question for the chat. Would you guys be interested in playing that?
So I actually would be. And here's the reason why I would. Because I've played a little bit of this game when I was in college. My next door neighbor, he had his Xbox. And when I was stuck on weekends, I was allowed to play it. And that's all I would do was just jump into hay wagons and like leaves, a pile of leaves and stuff, because I never played Assassin's Creed, right? I wasn't like a Ubisoft kid growing up all that much. So yeah, I actually had fun playing that game, just wandering around. It visually looked beautiful. It was a nice little escape. So I actually would be down to try, like, actually play the game and not just wander around hitting people. So
What
Well-
worries me is the like if we're only doing remakes, because now we're just eating nostalgia basically, and nostalgia only exists so long as there is a sense of goodwill towards the company and the thing being nostalgized.
Mhm.
And we are entering into a period of increased competition with China now, and because China already they made a knockoff game that was basically Assassin's Creed Black Flags, but just that instead of like Skull and Bones. Like I feel as if we try to just remake what we already had, all of these Western developers will be spending 5 years doing what a knockoff Chinese company will do in 5 months.
Right. Yeah. Isn't that amazing how that works? How quickly people can, especially in China, how quickly they just turn and burn with these products. It's amazing.
Oh, yeah. Like the thing is, like with all of the custom-made engines, like Unreal, etc., it's not actually that hard to make a game, but it's difficult to make a game when you're wrangling 800 goddamn people to do it.
Dude, 100%. I'm looking for the Assassin's Creed Black Flag knockoff. I can't quite find it online, but man, it's funny to think that they would definitely turn that around so quickly. Gusium came in and says Black Flag was a pirate game first and an Assassin's Creed game second. At some point, I actually forgot where the Assassins is in it. Thank you, Gusium. Appreciate that. M Champion says Black Flag was the only Assassin's Creed I played. Great game. Bad News Badger came in and says the reason for Black Flag remake is not game related. They just need a reason to correct the title to Flag. Thank you, Bad News Badger. By the way, I liked your avatar there. Helene Juggalo says, hey, Ubisoft, here's an idea. Make Splinter Cell's Spy v Merc mode a standalone game. Hey, anything Splinter Cell would be really, really fun right now. Rod says, the question about Ubisoft doing Assassin's Creed 4 is will they be alive to make it? Yeah, that's true. I doubt it. Now for the streak, better Montez. Thank you, Rod. Appreciate it. Yeah, will Ubisoft exist? You know, are they developing it right now? Max says $10 says for Black Flag remake, they bait and switch after 15 minutes from Kinway to James Kidd since Woman Pirate, who is actually an assassin in the original game. Yeah, they'll definitely be something like that. They'll readdress the problematic story elements in it for today's modern audience. All right, well, let's talk about Blabs. This has been on our run sheet the last couple of days. It's been passed around the internet, and I feel like it's important that this needs to be addressed. You feel the need to talk about this. I saw you tweet about this. This is okay. Let's talk about this guy. This is I only know this guy. I only really recognize this dude. This is the guy who was in Gladiator back in the day, right? He was.
Was he in Gladiator?
I'm pretty sure he was in Gladiator.
Okay.
Yeah, at the very least, he looks a lot like him.
Yeah, that's Digimon. He was in Guardians of the Galaxy. He's in DC. He's a pretty great actor. Like, I'm not shitting on his acting skills whatsoever. I think he's great.
Okay, well, he apparently, despite being in a lot of these great movies, says he is struggling to make a living in Hollywood despite 2 Oscar nods. It's amazing that when they give you an Oscar nomination, they don't just give you money every year for that. It's amazing how that works out. Blaz, what do you want to talk about with this?
Well, I just thought it was ironic that if you actually scroll down a little bit, he blames racism and xenophobia for his struggles.
Oh, there it is. I'm struggling. I still struggle to make a living. I've been in the business making films now for over 2 decades with 2 Oscar nominations, been in many blockbuster films, and yet I'm still struggling financially. I'm definitely underpaid. These comments echo those made by Hansu in 2023 when he told The Guardian, I've come up in the business with some people who are absolutely well off and have very little of my accolades. So I feel cheated, tremendously cheated in terms of finances and in terms of workload as well. He alleged racism and xenophobia has had an impact on his career. I've gone to studios for meetings, and they're like, "Wow, we felt like you just got off the boat and then went." Wow, we felt like you just got off the boat and then went back. We didn't know you were here as an actor, as a true actor.
Damn, if that actually someone said that to him, then yeah, I can totally understand him being really pissed off. But you gotta wonder with all these other things that people say, like anytime you criticize like a person who happens to be black, it's like, oh, you're just saying that because you're racist. Look at the mayor of LA, like those actresses, I forget their names, 2 Hollywood actors are like, you're just pissed off because she's black and she's in charge and you hate her. It's like, no, that's not the reason why people are criticizing her. People are criticizing her because people died. But yeah, this is the same thing. It's like, okay, is it actually racism or is it not? And then you go and look up his net worth. Now, his net worth is not clear. It's either 2 million or 4 million. So all we know is his net worth is at least $2 million. So yeah, he's definitely has a couple $1 million. And it's like, you can't really be complaining that you're struggling when you are a millionaire, you know? Like, think of the times that we are in right now and think how like out of touch you are. You're muted, by the way, Craig.
I'm just sitting over here talking, thinking about life. Okay, you say this. If your net worth is $2 million, that doesn't mean you have $2 million in the bank, right? He may have $2 million worth of assets. He may have a house and a couple cars in California, of all things, right? California is ridiculously expensive, and it's stupid to live there. But I'll say this: if you're not making money, and you're a 2-time Oscar nomination, or you won an Oscar or something, you need to get a better agent, because if you have all these accolades, and at this point you're known for working cheap. So I don't think there's anybody to blame but your agent for negotiating shitty rates for you.
Yep. There's even more to this too, because like if you're so well known, right? Like he was in the original Gladiator movie. So this guy has had at least like 30 years or so of a career, and you're only like you're claiming you barely make it. There's something wrong here then.
I agree.
I'm gonna believe him. Like, you've been in the business for over 30 years. You're a household name almost. Like people recognize your face. If they don't know your name, they recognize your face. I don't know. I kind of find that him blaming like racism and xenophobia is very like soy. Unless it's actually happened to be true,
Look, I have, like if somebody says something happened, I take it for what it is, right?
We say it didn't happen.
Right. I like the whole Pixar didn't happen idea, right? But having proof on that is kind of tough when you're in meetings and stuff. Now, do I doubt that somebody said that? I mean, I don't think that what was said there was necessarily a racist thing. I think it was more of I don't think it had anything to do with his skin color. I've gone to studios for meetings and they're like, wow, we felt like you just got off the boat and then went back. Right. So it's like, we didn't know you were here as a true actor. I think that's more of a statement about him being a true actor. I don't think that has anything to do with his race personally. Maybe
I can see it both ways.
It depends on your mentality, right?
Yeah.
Like,
and how he was saying it. Context matters. Like via text, it's kind of hard to see what, just written how it was actually said.
Oh, sure. Arch, when you said that to him, was he really upset?
I think he was. Got off the boat and then went back. I still don't understand the meaning of the sentence, honestly.
I'm guessing
confused.
I'm guessing he's from Amistad, I'm guessing. And he's
from Benin, Benin.
Okay.
Where the hell is that?
Well, I
it's
guess
a tiny nation in Africa that I've
conquered. Oh yeah, country in West Africa.
Okay, yeah, this
is a French-speaking West African nation. Look at that.
See, okay, I don't even know what Amistad is a movie. Apparently, okay, all right. Let's learn more about Amistad as we go along.
1997 movie. So you're telling me with freaking, oh my God, this is like a stellar cast here. You have Anthony Hopkins, Matthew McConaughey, is that whatever you say his name, Morgan Freeman, and like his thing is over 30 years, right? Or almost 30 years. And you're telling me They're not making bank. There's something wrong here.
Okay, the film didn't make bank.
No, but like I'm saying, like he's been with these stellar actors, right, all this time.
Uh-huh.
I find it really hard to believe that you are struggling in Hollywood if you were not careful with your money.
Maybe that's what it is. Maybe
Yeah,
at a certain
maybe.
point, maybe he
You
needs
spent
to
too
look
much
in the
money
mirror.
on cars or something.
Listen,
Drugs, who knows?
everybody has their own situation, sure, you have all these, you're in all these movies, that's great. Once again, get a better agent, man. Ultimately, I think it's on you. If they're not making you money, then they need to be gone. Be gone. So, well, hey, if everybody could please pray for the rich guy in LA right now.
Yeah.
He's really upset.
They need our sympathy, even though everyone else is struggling financially. We must pray for them instead.
Just
It's like the Hunger Games, bro.
Yeah. Just keep them in your thoughts tonight, as people are trying to figure out their lives in the Carolinas and over in California. Their houses are burning down. But make sure you think about this guy tonight in particular when you're struggling.
Think about how racist you are.
Yeah, really rough stuff. All right, a couple quick hits here before we get to talking about Suicide Squad. Did you see the news, Arch? I guess you've never played a Metroid game, huh? If you're a PC Master Race.
Nope. Only thing I know about Metroid is that the suit comes off.
The suit does come off, and she's a girl.
Yep.
That's what you need to know. Whoa. Well, I have bad news for everybody who is holding out hope for Metroid Prime 4 on the Switch. As unfortunately, Amazon has indeed canceled Metroid Prime 4 pre-orders, including some that were made 7 years ago. So rest in peace, those who were hoping for the Switch game, Metroid Prime 4. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. Looks like it's going to be on the Switch too. So there's that. Sad day. Arch, you got anything on that, or do you really care?
Nope.
Okay. Then we got this as well. We have remasters, which I didn't know this was happening, but apparently this is happening. Coming up on February 14th, Tomb Raider is getting remastered for the Switch. Coming up. Check it out. So there you go. Being remastered on the Switch, 4, 5, and 6. So you got that coming on February 14th, Valentine's Day. So maybe
It's like Ubisoft was like, all right, we're out. Nintendo's like, we're going to take that spot. Thanks.
Right. Maybe somebody will gift that to Melanie Mack. I'm sure
she's got it on pre-order
for the Switch. You can take it on the go. So that was interesting. Okay, this story is kind of funny and sad at the same time. There's a lot of things that I don't know about this yet. But this is an ongoing thing that we're going to learn more about as it comes along. But there's an indie game called Fortune's Run. Have you heard of this game before, Arch?
Can't say I have.
Okay. This is a game that was set to come out. It says release date September 27th, 2023. Okay. It's also in early access here. So they went into early access, been going for a while. Play the trailer here for you as we talk about this. You can see kind of this game. It has a first person element to it. And apparently this is made by a single guy, right? Pretty cool to see single games made by a single person. But here's the problem with games that are made by solo devs is that when you're a solo dev, and you can't make the game anymore, the game stops. Thus is the case with the developer of Fortune's Run, as he has been sent to jail for 3 years. He posted this update. He says, "Hi everyone, I'm Dizzy. As of recently, the sole developer of this game. First of all, I have some stuff going on I need to make public, as it's going to interrupt development. I've been sentenced to prison for the next 3 years. It's a long story, but I've lived a very different life before I was a game developer, and I wasn't living very well. My case is about 5 years old now. I've been going through the legal process the whole time I've been working on this. I have finally been found guilty and sentenced, and I'm going away next month. It's a shame, and it's the consequences of my action. I was a very violent person and I hurt a lot of people in my life. Unfortunately, the sentence isn't going to help with that at all, but I guess we all know that. So the game isn't totally dead, but unfortunately, due to even further bad things happening, it's unclear what will happen. The other developer has left the project. Once she recovered, she decided that she was no longer interested in game development. So she was in charge of QA in a few level segments, all of which has been abandoned, and I've been forced to get by on my own for the past while. It's been very difficult to do alone, and I actually managed, but basically not sleeping, to complete all the work in time so it could be released before I'm sent away. So he has a month-long window to get this thing done. Now, what's interesting here is that we don't know what he did, but 5 years is quite a punishment for something, and it sounds like it's
3
violent
years.
crime. Oh, 3 years. Yes, I'm sorry, 3 years.
Yeah, but it's been working its way through its system for 5. I love the whole idea of you have the right to a quick and speedy punishment and trial. 5 years later.
I don't want to speculate, but let's go ahead and speculate. This guy got 5 years. Blabs, if you can just do a little searching to see what.
Yeah,
kind
I've
of
been trying to
crimes
find what he did because I'm curious. I'm like, what did you do, bro?
maybe violent crimes that get a 3-year sentence, perhaps some sort of assault. But this guy down here is suggesting, it says, sounds like the developer was a Summer of Love person. I don't know if that's the case.
Oh my God, you're right. Wow, it's been 5 years. Ah, we're so old.
Oh, yeah, possibly. But it'd be, so
Yeah,
what do you do in
nothing.
this? Right. I mean, he just goes by Dizzy. That's just his name
exactly.
on
How are we
too.
supposed to find his real name?
Right.
If anyone's being arrested for or like sent to prison for the next 3 years, can you please tell us what crime you committed and if you are Dizzy? Thank you.
You know, I know he was very vague in his statement here, and probably rightfully so, simply because I know people would dig into it immediately and want to know all the information about it. But I feel like we probably should in a situation like this, because there have been a lot of people who invested a lot of money into this game. And like, will people get pissed at him if he isn't able to deliver the full product by the time it's done? Because he knew this was coming. Like, he launched it in early access. Why do you launch a game in early access? To make money, right? Make money and get feedback to develop it, earn money from essentially to develop the game. That's, I don't know. Part of me is like, when you really take a step back, you think about the motives of going into early access. You develop a game, you know you're going to go to jail. Did he really have any intentions of finishing it? I don't know.
Like, the entire thing about early access is, it has done us some good as well, but it's the original idea of early access has been completely perverted, because the point was you offer the game at a lower price to get people to help you basically bug test, to aid in development. And they would be understood that you weren't necessarily going to finish it. It was always a bit of a risk, but that was fine so long as it was people who actually genuinely need it. Like, okay, I can't make the game unless I get a little bit of money. I need some help beta testing. Okay. But now everything is early access. Every fucking game is early access. AAA companies are releasing early access games. Like, it's been completely ruined from what it was originally intended to be.
As you saw right there, Edwin says, I asked Rock what violent crimes caused 3 years in prison. Kidnapping, assault with a deadly weapon, robbery, aggravated battery, and drug trafficking with violence. Yoicks.
Drug trafficking with violence. I like that.
I don't want to be too critical of Dizzy because I don't want to show up at her, at my house to beat the hell out of me. I fear you, Dizzy. With that said, don't drop the soap, dog. Just saying. What, Blabs?
Nothing. Yikes.
Oh, yikes indeed. Will Dizzy, developer of Fortune's Run, be the bitch?
Depends on what he did.
That's true.
Depends on what he did.
That's true.
Maybe he'll run the place.
Maybe Dizzy walks in. He's like, I'm a fucking indie game down.
This is my house now. Get the fuck out, Siobhan. Whatever people's names are.
Siobhan. David came in and says, Sega already have a new pirate game, Like a Dragon. Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii. Looks very promising and will certainly blow anything Ubisoft can produce. It'll blow anything Ubisoft can produce, David? Weird. Radical Drago says, yes, it's definitely a money issue and not a budget issue. Thank you. Samarato came in and says, shout out Fleekazoid. He made a great video on how Ubisoft peaked and also ruined future Assassin's Creed game with Black Flags. Y'all should watch it. Montez currently at 17 yellows today. Nathan came in with the $9.99. Says, if you have 2 Oscar nominations and yet the public only knows you as the who guy from Guardian of the Galaxy, I would not say you're entitled to success. Yes, I agree with that. Like, for me, he's that guy from
Guardians.
From Gladiator.
Oh no, for me, he's the Guardians guy going who?
Flickerbox came in with the 5. Says nothing from my childhood has been ruined simply because I work in media. I work in media where we ruin everything for profit. Oh, the entertainment, yes. It's all a work and a commercial. Thank you, Flickerbox. Flickerbox is extremely jaded as he works in Hollywood. Flickerbox, by the way, I hope you're doing okay out there in LA. I know things have been a little nutty for you. So, Mercenary says, use the Yuka app on your phone. You scan the barcode of any product and it shows you the ingredients, what their quality is, and what the danger level is. And right now, I can't say Yuka on Superchats. It's blocked universally on YouTube. Interesting. The Yuka app. So you can scan food. Just scan that banana. Right there.
YouTube's been getting a lot stricter with its chats recently for some reason.
Yeah, it's weird. Like, we've had a lot of people talk about that. It's been a lot of words that have been pushed through and not being able to said. It's nuts. Spawn Freak came into the 5, says, Rocksteady didn't kill Batman. They killed the trust and goodwill they once had with their audience. That's something you can't fix with that retcon.
That's a good way of putting it.
All right, let's get into that. Let's get into. But before we do, maybe we know what happened to Dizzy. Sergey says maybe he lost at Tetris.
Oh.
With his bloody brick and pissed off. Maybe that's who Dizzy was. Dizzy was the kid who beat the hell out of the kid who beat him in Tetris right there.
2 years for the bricking, 1 year for the peeing.
God. Hey, Blabs, give me just a second. Will you read some of these super chats? I'm going to be right back.
Okay, bye. Okay. All right, Rod says WCW Nitro had a cheat for a Hogan N-word leg drop. The more you know. Danny Boy says, have to wait for Orgy with Hitler for multiplayer.
That's true.
I sent Razor Fist sex with Stalin. Everyone laughed. The Worthy One says, I should be used to this, but still funny to see how low-key says, lol. MP says, hello, friends. Curious if you have seen the trailer for Daredevil Born Again. So yeah, we are supposed to talk about that today. We may not have time. We'll see. But yeah, maybe tomorrow we'll talk about it if we don't have it today. B. Barrett says, your mama's so ugly, a Dementor said to her, I think we should be just friends. Damn. Rough. Boog says, will Pony Craig and Blabs be an Archer's Pony review?
Well, you tell me, Boog. You were the one who set it up.
You want to elaborate a little more? I'm a little bit lost here.
Oh, chat has given me money so that I can smash her past ponies. As per usual.
Anyway, Boog also says I would totally download a car if I could.
And I believe him.
Max says, don't forget the It Crowd version of the PSA. IT Crowd, I guess, or It Crowd? Thank you very much. Marksman says, the piracy music was used without permission. The Nowhere Archive says, Black Templars. Boog says, piracy is always a service problem. Gaben, October 2011. Suja says, Warhorse has apparently bent the knee. African KCD2. KCD2 has been banned in Saudi Arabia too. Oh, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Yeah, we talked about this yesterday. How it's maybe banned in Saudi Arabia. The only people who are reporting it is in Saudi Arabia. There's no like English official confirmation of that. But yeah, maybe.
I've seen some screenshots from it that purports to show like Arabs and people in Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, but I've also seen lots of people say they're probably fake, so who knows?
Yeah, like it's really, we don't know. It's just a rumor. Miku says, just ask AVGN Blabs, cause this Goonies 2. Thank you very much. Sergey says, why reboot Gremlins? Because movie popular DEI platform something feminism. It wasn't made for you. How the hell can they put feminism in Gremlins? Female Gremlins? They don't like chicken, they go vegan? I don't know.
The little fuzzy one that remains nice is the feminist avatar, and all of the evil ones are the patriarchy.
They are the misogynistic.
Yeah, toxic male masculinity.
I really don't know how they're going to do it, but they'll figure it out. Commodore fan says, Star Trek Past Enterprise is pure hot garbage. Yeah. Okay, what's your thoughts on these Star Trek movies with, like, Chris Pine?
I didn't hate them, but that's the problem. I'm not the target audience. I'm the guy who looks at Star Trek Discovery and goes like, okay, there's just lots of pew-pews. I kind of enjoy this. Which is exactly the opposite of what Star Trek is supposed to be.
Yeah, so I'm not a Star Trek fan whatsoever, but I actually enjoyed the Chris Pine ones. And I understand why people hate them now, but I'm like, it wasn't so bad. But I'm not the person, so. Mercy says, I care about Star Wars, I just don't care about Disney Star Wars. B. Barrett says, speaking of ruined shows, Screw Attack was ruined for me when he started cosplaying as Rachel Maddow. Dwight says, they'll probably end up butchering Gremlins with crappy CGI. The whole charm with the old one was the practical effects.
Yeah.
Jagged Den says, they push the fans so far into apathy that those fans now can't manage to hate the next desecration of what was one of their favorite franchises. Yeah,
you just get tired of it, don't you? It's like, oh, good, it's another Star Wars show. And you're just like, oh, it's going to be bad, isn't it? Sucks.
Psycho Fantic says, one of the coolest ones I saw was a Doom capture. Cool. Doom was run on, like, fungal cells or alike.
I'm pretty sure it's been powered by a potato at some point.
Nice. Angela finally got a moment to enjoy the show. Thank you so much. I think we got that one, but unless this is just a message. Thank you very much. Jay says, they made a calculator in Mario Maker. That's cool. Suja says, I remember a time when Lord Cat was going to interview Notch. Spoonie spurged out about that Mass Effect XCOM game and cost him the interview.
Oh, God. This is some old school drama right there. Yes. I remember that.
I don't, actually. So what happened?
It is... You know, do you remember that guy with the glasses? He had like a whole network around him with like lots of people.
There are many men with glasses.
Yes, I do.
You are one of them, March.
Can I give you a little? Well, I'll tell you what. You tell your story, then I'll tell my story.
What do you mean?
Well, for me, like Spoonie is like my biggest sadness, honestly, because God, he was so funny. He could make anything interesting. He had that charm, that charisma. I could watch him talk about literally anything. It would be funny. And now he's streaming to like 5 people whilst complaining about his cat on Twitter. Like, just...
You mean nostalgic critic? Chat says.
Yes.
So, can I give you a little story?
Sure. First, tell us what you're eating.
Well, that was a big thing. I could feel like my energy really dropping, so I needed to get some sugar and stuff in me, just get my blood sugar up. So that's what I needed to do. So I'm ready to go for the rest of the day. Quick story here, Arch. Back in the day with Screw Attack, Screw Attack was a perennial leader when it came to like online content, right? It was Screw Attack, and then that guy with the glasses launched, and they, what they did was, I saw they took like a lot of the scraps that we didn't necessarily want to have, right? They were kind of like the knockoff Screw Attack, and we focused on quality, and they focused on anybody that would turn on a camera. But the nerd rivalry, there was the nerd critic rivalry. Do you remember that? The angry video game nerd nostalgia critic rivalry that happened?
Yes. They went on about that for like years.
Right. So Nerd was technically a Screw Attack product at the time, and Nostalgia Critic was that guy with the glasses product at the time. And we set up a call to try to organize we wanted to do like a production between the two, because people were like, oh, we got to see this happen. We got to see the Nerd versus Critic. And we wanted to do a DVD of it. And I got on a call with one of the dudes from that guy with the glasses, and I'm trying to remember his name. I think his name was Mike Mashad. And does that ring familiar?
Yeah, and nothing good.
He was the biggest piece of shit I've ever talked to in my entire career. Their suggestion was, we fund the product, we pay for the product, and they get all the sales, and we get 10% of the product of it. So we take all the risk, we fund everything, and then they get it. And it was one of those things where you go like, really? Like, this is how you guys do work? This is how you guys do business? It was pretty amazing. So that was the last time I spoke with anybody, that guy with the glasses, and that really put a bad taste in my mouth as just a bunch of fucking nitwits, So I've never spoken to Doug Walker before, but we've kind of been adjacent on the internet for a long time. So, but anyways, fun little story for you. I don't think I've ever told that one online outside of, that was like, people were like, oh, we got to make this happen. So I tried to make it happen, and they were fuckwits about it. So, Flickerbox came in with the 5, says, more realistic than jaded. And I'm in Vancouver, Canada, somewhat fire-free, born and raised. Thought I avoid playgrounds. Thank you, Flickerbox. Appreciate that. All right. We are 17 yellow super chats into our goal of 30 for the day. We're closing in, baby. Let's get there. Let's get to Montez. Okay. I need you guys to buckle up, because we're going to take you guys on a ride through the journey of Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. Okay? We're going to go from the beginning through all the controversies and all the way literally to the end. And the beginning started just about this time last year, right? As if you recall, Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League launched on February 2nd, 2024. Do you remember that great day, Arch? Like it was yesterday?
I do.
I thought it launched January 30th.
Well, I have February 2nd, right? Either way, around that time.
Yeah.
Okay. Either way. So, and you can see, the game has not done very well historically. It had a big launch here, and had a couple peaks here. And this is when I think they announced that it was going away. So people are like, oh, I got to go play it real quick. But you can see it's kind of leveled off again, right? 13,000 players. Not exactly what they expected for this game when they initially announced it. So they did announce that the game was going away. So here's an article from zleague.gg where they just kind of talk about some of the things. They said, summary, many, this will be interesting to kind of see what they say. These were some of the issues. Many fans feel disillusioned due to the game's lack of adequate support and development, driving a wedge between expectations and reality. By the way, that's assuming you have players in the game that want the support and development of it, right? Yep. Internal struggles during development, including key personnel losses, have contributed to the game's disappointing performance. And this, once again, we have not hit the interesting one here. While gameplay mechanics had some potential, player feedback points to poor narrative decisions and an awkward approach to live services. Fans had a mix of nostalgia and excitement for potential future DC titles, with a few even speculating on the direction these franchises would take.
Honestly, that sounds like Cope to me. All
I
of
agree.
that, doesn't it? Because many feel disillusioned at the game's lack of adequate support. Well, there've been how many? Like, there's been 6 or 7 pieces of DLC for the damn thing, including Lady Miss Freeze, and I don't think anybody wanted that.
Right.
I don't think there was a horde of people clamoring for more support for Suicide Squad.
No, you're 100% right. And there was a lot of talk about Sweet Baby Inc.'s involvement. I mean, this is a very, when you look at the iceberg of what's going on in the gaming space right now, Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League is the tip of the iceberg, right? And they pissed off a lot of fans when they murdered Batman. So here we go, right here. This is the scene that happened.
You know, Joker used to be real good at hurting people with words. But you, boop. Even when you're evil, you're still too good. You had a good run, Brucey. Flying around Gotham, punching bad guys, cleaning up the streets, causing long-term mental and emotional damage to everyone you knew. It's our turn now. After all we've been through. Oh, bet you didn't think it'd be me at the end, huh, Babs?
Are we done with your bad stand-up routine?
Almost. But you always gotta end on your best joke.
So that's the infamous scene where Batman is shot in the head by Harley Quinn.
And that was the moment when Rocksteady executed their entire franchise.
Yes. And there was a lot of talk about, obviously, the voice actor behind Batman, Kevin Conroy. And this was a big deal because, like, people say, this is the last time we're going to hear him as Batman. You remember all that hubbub there, Arch?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Although it wasn't actually the very last. He did some other really small project, but at that time, it wasn't really well known.
Yep.
Right. So they did put this post-credit scene in.
Metropolis, this is Lois Lane. From all reports, it seems that Batman is gone. As Batman and as Bruce Wayne, everyone knew him. Everyone knew his voice. Always prepared, he left a communication with the Daily Planet in the event of... Well, it reads, when I put on the cowl, it became a symbol. But I never stopped being Bruce Wayne.
All right. So you get the whole idea, right? They have this like video.
Disrespect.
All right. But not only did they kill Batman, obviously, as the title would suggest, they killed the entire Justice League. The Flash was killed. Wonder Woman was killed. Batman was killed. Superman was killed. Everybody was murdered in the Justice League. It was so bad that the game received poor reviews from literally everybody, including IGN, who, as you saw in the subtitle there, Identity Crisis here. They gave it a 5 out of 10. Which for IGN means it sucks horrendously. So it was interesting to watch the conversation around this game as it was released, and how nobody truly could find a whole lot of positive things to say about this being a live service game, the narrative of it, the company's involvement, the pushing of certain narratives in it. So first and foremost, Arch, that's kind of where we're at with all this. And this goes back to a lot of the conversation was around Sweet Baby Inc. and their involvement in this. This is the first time we heard the name Sweet Baby Inc. Do you remember hearing about that company?
Yep, started kicking off at the time and became synonymous with incredibly poor narrative decisions.
Yes, 100%, which is ironic because they are an award-winning team of writers and narrative designers who help make stories better.
Yes, my mother's award for greatest fanfic, 2012.
Yes. And what we've learned about Sweet Baby since their involvement here is that pretty much every game they touch goes to the bargain bin. It is not a very good sign when Sweet Baby Inc. is associated with it. I mean, it kicked off the DEI Detective group, DEI Detective Steam group, the third largest Steam group in the world. Obviously, DEI Detected with Cabrutus. This was a very big game culturally. But they kept kicking, man. They kept going, Arch. And they said, hey, we're doing multiple seasons. And we're like, maybe they'll turn the corner. And in that season 2, they announced, Arch, that.
See, this one holds a little bit of a special place in my heart too, because one of the most, like, number 4 most popular, I think, videos on my Archcast channel is How Far We Have Fallen Nora Freeze, and how they took Nora Freeze from A Heart of Ice, which is an amazing episode of Batman the Animated Series, who creates a fantastic character of Mr. Freeze, and how they've now turned her into a prostitute with a tramp stamp. And it's such a desecration, and it is a desecration for no other purpose than to desecrate. It's like a tiny child pulling the legs of a fly just because it can. And like female Mr. Freeze here, like it completely destroys the entire character. Like, okay, where is Mr. Freeze? Is he frozen somewhere? Are you doing it for him? If so, why? Why are you then going on a crime spree? Like, his entire character is destroyed in this, and they even put him in Pride colors too, because that's Mr. Freeze, the cold-hearted man who never cares about anything except his dear wife, but he does care about Pride. Like, oh, good, fantastic.
That's right. Well, they continued with after season 2, obviously going into season 3, and they introduced Lawless here, which, if you recall, the cutscenes associated with Lawless, she was about social justice and tried to do a Robin Hood thing, steal from the rich, give to the poor, the less privileged. And
God, the design is so terrible.
Yeah, lovely. Zoe Lawton, aka Lawless, and this obviously, one of Gotham's newest, most ethical thieves. This is a thing. Ethical thieves is what we're going with here. Amazing. What a great term. Then we have season 4 was announced, and not a whole lot of people were interested in this, Arch. This has been a ongoing saga for the better part of a year, which ultimately led to a $200 million loss when it came to Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League.
Yeah. I mean, almost guaranteeably, they were contractually obliged to do this. Like, they had a deal, like, you're going to deliver this and this much content over this and this much time, and that's why they pushed it all out. I can see no other reason, because nobody cared about this at all.
Well, Yellow Flash did, because he actually gifted it to Blabs, which was very
I actually rejected it.
Oh.
I wouldn't let him spend the $5 on it. I rejected it. I messaged him in a private DM. I was like, thank you for sending it to me, but I won't let you spend $5 on this game and give it to Warner Brothers. I won't let you do that.
That's right, because the $100 value was reduced to $5
for Black Friday.
So that's hilarious. And it still didn't sell. I mean, we did see a tiny uptick here once again at the end, right? This is the end of the month. There's Black Friday, so selling the game that was $100 now at $5. You see a little uptick here. You wonder what their revenue looked like between here and here.
Literally couldn't give it away.
Not really. Which leads us to today, as we have learned about the ending of Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. And that, hey, guess what? Batman, that guy that you were so upset about, by the way, it wasn't actually Batman. He was a clone. Man. It's okay.
I love it because it's like it is the ass pulliest of ass pulls. Like, haha, it wasn't really me. It was a clone. And the implications. Okay, so Batman cloned Superman. Keep that one in your brain for a second. Batman cloned Superman.
Seems reasonable. Seems reasonable there. There were clones. Then we have, obviously, this is from Save You a Click Video Games over here. I like this great little handle. You guys should follow that. Suicide Squad spoilers. You fought clones of the Justice League. The real ones are still alive. The ending uses static images instead of a cutscene. Okay, we're going to get to that because we have a little bit of the ending here. So here we are right here. Let's go check to see how this is. And remember those beautiful cutscenes they had, the fully animated, fully rendered, wonderful.
I wouldn't call them
CGI.
beautiful.
I'm playing it up, Blabs, to really. Then we have this.
So we phased our butts into Brainy's lair, and he was steamed. But guess who else showed up?
Brainiac, that's enough. Kryptonian, you're indubitably too discombobulated to fight. Don't you know, Brainiac? Anything's possible with a little help from your friends.
Thought he meant us for a second, but of course he meant bats. Ow! That says
the criminals.
That's us. Did well following his plan. So how'd we figure out Brady had cloned the league? We were like, there were clones? Anyway, we totally laid it out. If we took him back, Walla would make them into even bigger tools. More importantly, she'd totally 86 us. Soup said the league needs to atone for everything that happened, starting with freeing all the folks Brainy tentacle wrapped, then putting as many worlds right as they can. As for us, we had a plan too. Did I mention the Wonder Trio up hack, Lawless and Toy Boy shorted out our bombs? That's important for the next part. At the end of the day, this squad sticks together. Why not do it out there in the Elseworlds instead of a freaking prison block? Road trip! Don't you love a happy ending? Even Walla gets to say she saved the world. And she will. If she knows what's good for her. Suicide Squad out!
Game Flips. Thanks, Game Flips, for that.
Yikes.
So that's kind of where we're at with that. And I'll tell you, most people have been like, yo, what the fuck? Like, that doesn't make any sense at all. I mean, there's a lot that doesn't make any sense at all. But GameSpot sure likes it, as they tweeted, Suicide Squad killed the Justice League finale, gives everyone a happy ending. Except for Wonder Woman, who died in it, who was not a clone. So she died. So she died for literal zero reason, since the Justice League you kill in the game were just clones the whole time, while the real ones were kidnapped, except for Diana, who stopped clone Superman with kryptonite and did nothing. Also, it's implied that clone Batman just kills real Robin. So
do you guys remember, if you guys remember all the deaths, they were really brushed over, like really, really shitty. But the one that they all cried for, like the Justice League cried for, was Wonder Woman. They actually cried for her death. I just think that's really funny now that we know that was actually real.
Well, I don't think they had any idea that.
No, they had no idea it would be that bad. But because she was a woman, they actually cry for her.
She was the only one who was given a good send-off.
Yeah, everyone else was killed horribly.
By the way, just a heads up, we have 3 minutes left on our goal to hit our 30 for Montez today. The countdown is at the top of the chat. I just noticed that, so I got an alert. Anyways, yeah, this is crazy to see them just totally retcon the entire story that they played through. And as a player of this, like I said this yesterday when this story first came out, I was on Tuesday night's main event. Like, this is as corny as at the end of Mario 2, where it's just a dream. Oh, it's just a dream. It was all pretend. You know, like it's such a cop out in the worst way possible. And I think this is such a wonderful fitting end for Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. It seems rushed. It seems they're trying to save face. And Blabs, you put it perfectly. It's damage control.
I actually, last year when it launched, people were guessing that this was actually going to happen, that it was going to be somehow like rebunked or whatever, and this actually wasn't real. And no, guys, no, this isn't real. And here we are, one whole year later, after it flops, and we get a still images of the real ending, which, just by the way, put into perspective, that they lost over $200 million, at least $200 million, and they couldn't even give you a real ending. They gave you a picture book. Just put that into perspective. So,
Arch, what's the biggest cop out that you've seen, you know, in your gaming life? Have you seen anything like this? Because this to me is such a retcon cop out bullshit.
Nothing will ever quite match one thing that happened in Warhammer, which is the reflection cracked. So, to super quickly summarize the story, you've got a pivotal character, Fulgrim, who is overtaken by demons, basically, and he starts doing horrible shit. But the real Fulgrim inside of him is still struggling against the demonic influence. And so in the end, he is bound into a painting to forever, you know, be stuck in this painting as his perfect self, as the demon inside of his body goes and does unspeakable things in his name. That was really cool, because now you have the honorable Fulgrim bound forever in this prison, as he has to watch the monster that he allowed to take control of his body through his own weakness wreak havoc upon the galaxy. And it also opens the door for potentially a way back if somebody happens upon the picture and manages to release him, right? They retconned all of that. He was never trapped in the painting. He took over control from the demon from unspecified reasons, and it was actually him being a bad guy all along.
Of course. Well, of course. That's gonna work. That's wonderful. This seems. I don't even know what to say about this. You know, when it comes to WB games and this, like, it's been amazing to watch this story play out over the last year, you know, and to see it just kind of end so unceremoniously. And they're like, well, that's it. We did it. Congratulations. We're good. It's fascinating, man. It really is. It's truly fascinating. So.
I mean, they had to, didn't they? That's the worst part, because they thought the Suicide Squad would be the live service game they could milk for the next 5 years, right? And then they'd probably move on to doing, I don't know, a Harlequin Arkham game or something, right? These were their new heroes. But then they made them, and they realized that nobody likes them, and they'd killed all of the heroes people actually like. So,
oof, man.
They were just clones, bro.
They were just clones. They were clones. Okay. Hey, real quick. This is we have some breaking news here. This is where's our sounder? Where are you? Arch, yesterday we talked about how Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Did you see this story yesterday about how it could potentially be banned in Saudi Arabia?
I've heard about it. I haven't seen the details.
Okay, so they were talking about how there's a gay scene in it that you cannot skip. It's part of the story. It's apparently a gay love scene. And in Saudi Arabia, guess what, brah? That don't fly.
You don't get to do that.
I don't fly in Saudi Arabia. And we talked about whether it was going to be banned or was not going to be banned. There was a lot of rumors about it. And there was this guy, the Twitter account that apparently was like the head of video games for Saudi Arabia. And he said that the reason why it hadn't been listed was because of some issues with the developer or publisher or whatever. But we have received confirmation as of just a little bit ago that the game has not been cleared for release in Saudi Arabia by the General Authority for Media Regulation. The reason is that it violates one of the terms of the classifications and clearance systems for video games and the publisher's unwillingness to make the required modification to the content. So they would not change the gay scene. Saudi Arabia said, no, you cannot sell in our market. Thoughts?
I mean, immediately I'm like, what is this story pivotal gay scene?
I don't know. I mean, Razor said it yesterday. He said, if you're gay in Saudi Arabia, what did he say? Something about if you're gay in Saudi Arabia,
shout it from the rooftops.
Shout it from the rooftops. Oh my gosh. So that's very interesting, to say the least.
I mean, it might not mean anything. Like, it's like, okay, if there's a good enough reason, I won't necessarily mind. But it is weird. Like, I'm just struggling to come up with the plausible scenario of this gay sex scene being a pivotal part of the story of Henry. But
well, you saw the we took a look at the size of the script of this game yesterday, and it was ginormous. The 2.2 million words or something. Are you familiar with Kingdom Come Deliverance 2? Are you looking forward to it coming out next month?
I am, yeah. So I played the first one. It's very good.
Well, do you live in Saudi Arabia?
Not yet, although seeing as they have like zero income tax, I'm considering moving.
Oh my gosh, isn't that great? Well, we'll see. We'll see if there's any blowback from this. And it may have been a business decision, right? The idea that they know they're only going to sell X number of copies. The development of changing that story would cost X number of dollars. Oh, so you have X and Y, and one may outweigh the other. So, it's interesting to look at that from a business perspective. It may not be a social stance. It may just be it costs too much money to take that story out. Who knows? But we have confirmation now. So now we know, and knowing is half the matter. So, all right. We got some super chats to get to, my friends. Let's go. From Gerhard over on Locals. Thank you so much.
The beautiful meme. Thank you.
What the wonderful meme over there. The Titter Pig Rancher says, even in the postscripts, they don't understand Batman. Bruce Wayne was the mask. Batman was the real person. The voice kept calling me Bruce. In my mind, that's not what I call myself.
Vehement disagree, and I will fight anyone who says so.
Then we got Titter Pig Ranch following up, says, Batman was never tempted to give up the cow. His temptation was to retreat into the cave and never come back out. Bruce Wayne was just as much as a disguise as his matches Malone persona. Thank you, Titter Pig Ranch. TJ Rose says, Montez! Stayed on Hippo came in with the 10. Says, Wonder Woman was an idiot in Sushi Squad. She didn't save anyone and was just a beach. Was too dumb to. I like the code that I'm getting to read here to realize everyone was a clone. This also makes her a terrible friend. All right, thank you very much, Stay at Home Hippo. Appreciate the code. Gaming Baker says, hey guys and Craig, have a look at the PlayStation Plus games for the month. I believe Suicide Squad is on that. We talked about that, right? Blabs, see if you can find the PlayStation games, PlayStation Plus games for January. Nathan says, all I heard from Rocksteady is they blew up in our face. This blew up in our face, but we admit, guys, we're self-aware. Really, come back. The only damage control they do is be quiet and cancel it with no fanfare. D What came in and says, Montez! Awesome. We didn't hit the goal in the time period, but you guys, I think we're only a couple away from in real life. But hey, we'll make Montez happen today. Did you find anything about that, Blabs?
Yeah, there's a bunch of games for it. So you even have God of War Ragnarok. I have to scroll. Hang on, please hold. Oh, Indiana Jones. I don't see it for Suicide Squad.
Okay, hold on. Okay, maybe I'm wrong. Let's see. PlayStation Plus game category for January. God of War Ragnarok. Like a Dragon. Okay. Man Who. Okay, sounds good. There we go. Where do you see Indiana Jones?
Oh, it was down below.
Oh, and Indiana Jones and the Staff of Kings. Okay, let's see. Indiana Jones. These are timeless classics right here. Like a Dragon Gaiden. All right.
Yeah,
Cool, thanks.
I don't really see it.
Works Must Die. Poker Club. There you go. Indiana Jones and the Staff of Kings. Indiana Jones was originally released in 2009. That's interesting. Okay, cool. That's pretty fun. And Medieval 2. Nice. All right, cool. Well, there you go. There's your PlayStation Plus games for the month. Released the middle of the month, I guess. All right, Blabs, let's get to some super chats. Arch, do you want to stick or do you want to roll out?
I'll probably head out there and get myself some snacks.
Sounds good.
Snack time.
I'm with you. How much dried fish are you going to eat today?
About half a kilo, I guess.
All right. I don't even know what's a kilo.
Correct metrics.
Sounds good. Thank you. Is that a pound or something? I don't know. All right. Arch, tell everybody where they can find you, my friend.
You can find me over at the Archcast and also just simply the Arch channel if you're interested in Warhammer lore. I would recommend checking out the recent Defense of Pornography I did because I don't want to think that I spent hours reading porn articles for no reason.
No. Well, good for you, Arch. Wait.
40-minute video.
40-minute video about the pornos.
Indeed.
Good for you, Arch. Proud to have you as a part of our team over here on Side Scrollers. All right, buddy. Have a great day. Everyone go check out the Archcast and the Arch channel. Arch, have a good day, buddy. We'll see you later.
Thank you for having me. See you.
Bye.
All right. Can I take off my hoodie now? Or my thing?
Can you, pull it together, bro? All right. The Hillian Juggalo says, the worst part was trying to find spicy stuff, but getting the very wrong kind. Thanks, LimeWire. Oh, my. Joey says, LimeWire was like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. Pyro says, hookers and blow comes for us all.
All right.
Tanks. Mercenary says, I pre-ordered it. I was wondering where it went. Also, please read my Streamlabs. No, we'll never do it. Just kidding, we will.
I already did, yeah.
Marksman says, yes, Yakuza already releasing a better pirate game. Bad News Badger says, if piracy is not a problem for your product, you did something wrong. Miku says, Arch, you remember now the Oreo Twitter account. I'm sorry we missed this. Miku also says, didn't you speak to him during that big brawl video?
No, I was not in that big brawl video.
Mighty Megatron Rebel says, a kilo is about 14,500 on 500, Craig, on the low end of quality. Okay. Mercenary also says, you could hear Conroy's hate for this before the end. Copper Owl says, Batman doesn't need clones. He has a secret team on ice in case the Justice League are taken out. It would have been ballsy if the new hero saved the day. And Mercenary says, what MT if the gay scene is two witches being? What? Thank you, Mercenary.
It's been a lot of code dropped. Delta says the problem with Suicide Squad was that was it being in the Arkham lore. Nobody wanted that. The fighting games Injustice told us what if Superman went bad after Superman and the Batman movie. I think a lot of us want a story from a good guy. Thank you, Delta. Appreciate that. All right. Time to roll out. Appreciate you guys' support today. Didn't quite get to our goal, but that's okay. Appreciate your support. Outstanding stuff as always. We got some videos and clips coming up here over the next couple days. We got a great video going up at 2:00, so make sure you guys tune in for that. It's the kid who had his heart broken. And we watched
that was great.
Yeah, that was pretty good stuff. So coming up at 2:00. Don't forget, the Real Game Awards are next Thursday. We are just 8 days away from that, coming up on the 23rd. So that'll be at 7 p.m. an evening stream. Central time. With that said, guys, have a great rest of your day. Go subscribe to Blabs' channel. Link is down below. Of course, you'll find me over here. With that said, have a great rest of your day. And remember, people are going to try to keep you down. Don't let them. You guys got a goal. Go get it. Have a great day, guys. See you later. Bye-bye.